In terms of efficiency, I think there is always an element where you go backwards to go forwards. From my perspective, we are now gathering a huge amount more data because I can just see the value in it. But ultimately, as we link up our, the data processing, as we link up our report writing, our data capture through our CashCalc system, we're now getting to the point where we're gathering more data in less time. I don't think you can, in terms of for a firm that is fixed fee like we are, that efficiency and time saving that we have and the information being in one place with very reliable data means that we're in a scenario whereby we can maximise the amount of profit we make per case, but actually pass that straight back to the client, hence the fixed fee model. We were struggling from everything from pipeline monitoring to fee reconciliation, but the biggest problem from my perspective was very much the forecasting of our ongoing fees and really understanding what our active asset under management were and the regularity and the value of our ongoing fees that we're bringing in. As a business, that profit and loss and that income and expenditure is key. We run a cash flow modelling system whereby we assist people to see their personal incomes and expenditures, and actually keeping track of that was incredibly difficult because we didn't know how much money we were getting in on a monthly basis or how much to expect to come in on a monthly basis. From my perspective, the income profile element of CURO has been incredible to be able to empower us with that data. Key for me, the ability for CURO to interact with things like Power BI has meant that I can now access the information not only in full and unadulterated way, but in an interesting way that we can actually ask questions of it off the hoof. Intelligent Office just didn't give us that ability. It was very difficult to access our information and the information around our clients, and actually then bringing two parts of this process together. So actually comparing whether this client was actually a profitable client or not, but also then being able to bring completely random bits of information together, which we can actually do through Power BI, to really ask questions of it, ask questions of our own database that we just simply couldn't do before. To start with, CURO BI was something that attracted me to CURO in the first place, the ability for that data to be that accessible, at your fingertips that it is. From my perspective, we're now in a position where we have interactive data rather than static reports. We have information that we can compare with historic performance as well. And fundamentally, it's meant that there's just a significant time saving and staffing saving, in the sense that that information is being compiled by technology rather than by an individual. And ultimately that means I'm more productive as a business. And again, fixed fee models, it always comes back to that technology assisting and helping what we do. So we have a monthly meeting, and each month a member of my senior staff was using a day of his time to compile the information from various systems, including back office, but also from our own systems together, just to actually get some valid information. Ultimately, we're in a situation whereby now it's done for us. We don't need to set any time aside other than simply clicking the refresh button. We're really in the infancy of that within Niche. However, can already start to see the benefits of using the workflows to actually fire parts of our processes ultimately. Where we've always struggled, or what we've always wanted from the system, was that once one action was taken or one action was completed, that it would fire the next three. And ultimately, that wasn't something we could accomplish with our previous system. And as such, now CURO has brought a whole new life to that idea. And as we integrate other systems like CashCalc into CURO, we're actually firing processes directly from CashCalc as well. So from my perspective, as a fixed fee advisor, we have to improve the speed at which we can process this, and actually rekeying of data, but also simply setting tasks and rekeying tasks that are already in the system just needed to be automated, and that's what we now have with CURO. One of the most disappointing parts to the IO system was the reporting element. From our perspective, was incorrect performance data, but also not combining what I would call the key information, which is really the soft facts around a client's needs and objectives. And ultimately, we're able to now integrate that from CashCalc straight through into CURO and straight into our reports, straight into Experito documents, again, integrating the Office suite of tools. And we're now in a position where we're producing prettier, more robust, more up-to-date reports in a fraction of the time comparable to the manual nature of producing them in the past. So ultimately, we're now in a situation that, again, we are producing much nicer, more interactive reports that our clients actually enjoy reading as well. So win-win across the board. I would, and I have. From my perspective, anything where you empower your own business and can learn from your own data, it's very much come back to almost black box thinking, whereby we can actually learn from what we've already done rather than constantly trying to strive forward in new ways. Is look at what we've done in the past, and again, being able to access that data, bring it all together into one central location and really using it as that sort of one truth. Ultimately, we're in a scenario now where it's been a revolution for our business, and therefore, of course, I'm going to go and tell my peers the same. And actually, if I can assist with other parts of the system and actually help people integrate with CURO quicker, then I'm more than happy to do so.